Hi, I'm Caroline Ryder of Ryder Horsemanship, and this is Gracie, and today we're going to demonstrate a couple of answers. We're going to explain and demonstrate. We have set up a blog at Ryder Horsemanship, and we are accepting questions from all of you, students and viewers. And today I'm going to start with Sharon. And Sharon has bought a bunch of our videos. I think she bought all 7 of them actually, and she had a big group of friends over and they watched the DVDs, and she has a fantastic question about leading, and someone else also had a question similar to leading. So I'm going to try and address both of them in different parts, but I'll address Sharon's first. Sharon's question: friends and I have a lot of discussions about where to be when leading. You partner walk from the side, but this seems to be only in training. You lead from the front. My reticence to this position is I've watched Willow, her young Arab, panic and run over my quarter horse on that somewhat narrow, inclined grassy lane up to the barn. If she's behind me, I can't read her body language, and about when, can't read whether or not her horse is going to come and trample her over or get spooked. So Sharon's question to me is, any thoughts and how safe is this leading position? And this is a fantastic question. There's a lot of trainers out there who are teaching a lot of leading that is very different from our approach and technique, meaning there's a lot of basic horsemanship, or should I say, when you go in and you do halter classes with your horse, you're supposed to lead from right by the shoulder so that your horse is, next to you. And our whole approach with leading is very different from this standard or conventional traditional leading approach. And the reason why we want to be at least 3 feet in front of our horse is so that the horse is always paying attention to us. That's really the priority. And second of all, when you are in a dominant or leadership position within a herd, if you're the lead horse or a more dominant horse, a horse that's more in charge, within the pecking order, when you're in front of other horses will respect your space, and they will not encroach or come up or be alongside of you unless the lead horse or more dominant horse allows them. And that's the position I want to put everyone in. I want to put you truly in a leadership position where you have clear guidance, clear action, you know where you're going with purpose, and that you've clearly defined boundaries. It's very important to horses in the wild and domesticated horses, any horse in a herd. They all have territory that they share and territory and boundaries that they don't share. And horses that are not within the same hierarchy, meaning they're equal to another horse. If they're below a more dominant horse, they're not allowed to come into that space without permission. And that's the key here. I want to put you not in a partnership position right now, but in a true, safe leadership position. How many of you have walked your horse and your horse gets spooked, or your horse is pee-offing and skipping all over the place next to you? They're real skittish and they jump right on top of you, or they're pulling you all over the place in this position. And it's not safe, and your horse is not paying attention to you. Right now, Gracie has an ear and an eye on me, but that's because of the work that we do and the intense bond that we have. But for most of the time, when we're this close to the horse, they're not paying attention to us. They're looking over there, they're looking ahead. There isn't any connection, any engagement, mind engagement or body engagement. So my whole leading starts, and it's in my DVDs, but I'm just going to break this down a little bit more. I'm going to work with some rhythmic driving pressure right now, and I'm going to keep my feet still, and I'm going to ask Gracie to move away from me. That's how we're going to start our leading. I'm not just going to walk off, because if I walk off, 9 out of 10 times Gracie's going to come with me. So I need to let Gracie know that right now we're getting ready to lead, and she needs to be in a certain position. Again, it's not like I'm just going to go aimlessly walking off and expect this horse to respect 3 feet and keep behind me. We're going to do a couple of different maneuvers so that we can start teaching our horse to pay attention to us. And I have never been run over, and I deal with so many different types of horse behaviors and breeds, especially large drafts. I have never been run over. Young horses, I have never been run over, because if they get scared, they respect you. You've already established that space and that boundary and that respect. They will not run you down. And the key thing is when you go faster, I want this horse to move with you. When you slow down, I want this horse to be connected to you mindfully, paying attention, and in sync in their body as well. So we explain a lot of all of these techniques, such as this driving pressure, in our DVDs. So I'm going to keep Gracie's nose straight with my left hand. I'm going to keep it straight, and my right hand is going to twirl the end of this rope towards her, not away. Energy and intention is always projected towards. We're always really clear about that. My body language is tall, I have poise, I have energy, and I'm going to shoot that towards Gracie. These are just tools to use to further our communication. Has to start with my mind, and my body needs to reflect my intention, which is powerful position of leadership. I'm taking action, and I'm clearly defining my space between she and I and our boundaries. What's acceptable and what is not. Right now, I'd like her a little bit further away, about another foot. Now, granted, some of your horses won't understand this, and they might be really dull to it. So you can just keep lengthening this rope, let it slide out of your hand, and what'll happen, now watch this. So if it touches Gracie, she's not going to be scared of it, okay? I just moved her shoulder over. She's not going to be scared because it's a rhythmic driving pressure. It's not like I smacked her. The rhythmic driving pressure gives our horses plenty of opportunity. That's the difference between one smack and rhythmic driving pressure. They have a lot of opportunity to figure it out until it comes too close. So if this were to tap her neck or her shoulder or her muzzle, she's going to move. She's not going to be afraid of it. It was fair. She had fair warning that it was coming her way. And that's all you need to do. Get her out of your space a few feet. Now, I don't necessarily, I'm going to hold on to my whip for a reason, but you don't need it right now. And because Gracie is going to walk forward with me, I'm going to keep it, or I'll just put it down actually, and I'll use that for another question. So when I walk like this, okay? And the reason being is that if anything should spook my horse and they run off in a direction away from me, this is a power position. I have leverage, and I will literally hunker this down around my hips, and it's a power position like a tree. So I always hold it like this. One hand is clearly communicating to her nose, and the other hand is here to reinforce the space. So right now, I need her to start to respect this driving pressure. So before I walk off, I want to teach my horse how to respect and understand that when this motion comes towards her, she needs to get out of the way. So I'm going to keep my back to her because when I walk, I'm not going to be looking at her, and she needs to get out of the way. Now, some horses will run into this. Some horses will run that way. It's your job to keep that nose. Some horses might get scared and want to run into this. You've got to figure out where your horse is. And we certainly don't want them to be afraid of this. We'd like them to understand it and respect it. And so I need a quiet, calm, open learning frame of mind. If my horse is all over the place, it's going to be really challenging. And all we're going to do is accelerate their adrenaline and their nerves. So I don't want you to start this off if your horse is jumping all over the place and running, because it's just going to make things worse. I need a calm mind that is okay with this and can learn to respect it. So keep in mind too that horses cannot see directly in front of them up to 2 feet. So that's another reason why. So I'm going to get her left eye, and I'm going to rhythmically drive the rope like this. And all I'm doing is twirling it. But I'm bringing my energy up, my body language up, and I'm getting one eye or the other to begin this because she was too close to see me directly in front. They have binocular vision, so it's hard for them to see directly in front of them, that close. She's at a great distance. She can clearly see me. So now I'm going to give her a little bit of a pull. I'm going to walk with purpose, meaning I'm not going to hesitate and I'm not going to go slow. I'm going to walk with purpose, and if she gets too close, I'm going to remind her. I do not have to look at her, that she needs to keep her space. Now walk off with purpose. I'd rather feel a tug, tension. So we're going to teach her this. I'd rather feel tension on the end of this line. If I don't feel tension, then I know she's getting too close. So see how she's starting to hesitate a little bit and think? When I stop, she stops. And watch her ears and eyes. I guarantee you she has her ears and eyes on me most of the time. She's following me. I'm in a clear leadership position. Good girl. And it is very different than the partner walking. I'm going to move that body part out of the way. Good girl. Excellent. And then relax and let her know that she can relax. Good girl, Gracie. Good girl. Thank you. Yes. You're such a good girl. But this tells me, this calm mindset tells me she accepts this. She understands it. She's not worried about it. If your horse gets worried, you might be coming on too strong. If your horse blows right through you, you need to match that intention. Meaning if your horse blows right through you and tries to push you around, you're going to have to bring up your energy and bring up your rhythm and get faster and harder and let him run into this. It's his choice. It's his choice to run into this. It's his choice to get out of the way. The difference is I am not moving my feet and I'm not being aggressive in attacking my horse with this. I'm being very clear that this is my space. Thank you.